Hello, this is Imperial Collection.
I'm a little bit of everything.
Andrew Gamer here.
In this video we are discussing, is Nibbs pregnant in Alien Earth? So what's your thoughts on that theory?
If she is pregnant, my theory is that she has had a xenomorph put into her like they did in, is it Hermit's Lung?
Mm-hmm.
So that would be my theory.
I got a little bit of a different theory. I think that she might be pregnant with the eyeball because the eyeball jumped at her.
Ah, there's
Now, that's the same theory for I think, because we don't know how yet it reproduces, so you never know. A mere touch from it, you could be instantly implanted with its whatever spawn, and you just don't know. And I do think it could be possible that during Nibbs's encounter through the tentacles, it could have been implanted through her skin, because we literally saw the tentacles sucking onto her skin quite tightly.
And
so
then there's that scene, isn't it, when she's playing with her eye later in the mirror.
Now she could be, of course she's not organic, but whatever powers her, she might still have a heat source, that she's basically a mechanical incubator for these aliens, and we don't know how many, for one, how much she's impregnated. She might just have one impregnated egg inside of her, you just don't know. But is she pregnant, or is it the whole part of her mental health declining? That's the question, because she has been declining since, well, she's been asking serious questions in episode 1, and over the previous episode she has been showing signs of degrading in her mind status.
Well, the thing is, we don't know what was happening to her on Earth before she became a synth. You know she's sick, but you don't know what was happening in her home life, which is very dark to think about it, but you just don't know.
Well, I do remember she did mention that in the first episode that she was constantly worried when she went to bed that she was going to one day die. So that worry and fear of knowing that you were dying, that's put some trauma. So Nibbs has definitely got a lot of trauma, and this trauma is manifesting in many ways. So I do think it's possible that it is just a mental illness that's going wrong with her at the minute. But this is Alien, so you just don't know if she actually has, because you never know, it might be both. It might be her mind and that she has been infected.
Well, that's it. You don't know, because it's never been done, how someone's going to react. A child especially, going in from being sick all the time to then suddenly being in this new body, they've not had the time to mentally adjust. They're children, they're not adults. They've not, it's all new to them, and she's definitely a very scared lost boy. When you look at her, she's definitely one of the more fearful ones. So it's just, it will play with your head. And if this thing has got into her head, that explains the change in her, because she's gone from being this fearful little girl to, she was very cold with Dame Sylvia in that scene when she's saying that she's pregnant, and she's very emotionally shut off, sort of. What do you think, Drew?
Yeah, I agree. I was just thinking though, wouldn't it be a curveball if there was some sort of pathogen on the ship and they were all infected, but she's picking up on it more because of her physiology? I don't know.
Oh, didn't think of that.
Well,
maybe the plant. We didn't think, but maybe the plant.
Well, yeah, there's been, we've only mostly seen the Teocellus and the Xenomorph, so we don't know the whole extent of the other organisms they have, as they could be waiting for spring the horror fact into them and how deadly they are. It could be possible as well. I know you said they could have a Xenomorph implanted in her, but she is synthetic, and it doesn't really actually work with synthetics. But if they've found, it could be off camera that they will later surprise us that she has been exposed to a xenomorph deliberately in secrecy.
Yeah, because I think Kirsch, he seems to, and as the episodes progress, he is, I don't want to say he's bad, but he seems to have that vibe of Ash about him the more the episodes go on, so I could see him tinkering.
I would say he's both Ash and David at the same time. He's programmed like to do what like Ashes do. I think he's also getting treated like how David was by Boy Cavalier. Of course, he's like saying that you're not meant to be a man, you're meant to be better than men or something. He said, yeah, I think it could, like I said, it could be possible that she has been secretly off screen, been implanted with a xenomorph embryo that's been modified, and Kirsch found a way of modifying it. We don't know, but because we're getting this forward and back foreshadowing and seeing flashes of the past, so they're probably going to do something like that and build that drama of how it happened. So, True Gamer, you think that pathogen might have happened on the ship?
It could be. It's always a possibility that something has gotten into the life support system.
Well, Imperial was talking about the black goo from Prometheus.
It could. Well, I don't think they have introduced that yet. The black ooze, the pathogen, Prometheus' fire, it's called. But I don't think they have introduced that, as there's been no signs or showing. But I think it'd been very interesting if Kirsch has found the black pathogen, but he's kept it quiet, because in Alien Romulus, it was Ash discovered that, no, not Ash, Rook discovered that the pathogen was inside the reversed bioengineered facehuggers that he extracted from the original xenomorph, and how he created compound Z01. So Kirsch could have found that formula, and he's kept it quiet and we haven't seen it yet, as he's keeping a lot of secrets to himself, and he's been, at the moment, he is being the puppet master.
It could also be a red herring.
That too.
Yeah, to keep you on your toes, to keep you invested.
Keep you looking one way while the other way sketchy stuff happens.
I've got my theories, but that's for another episode.
But I do think it's quite interesting if how and all this, because I would like to see the lore of how T.O. Sellers can reproduce, because, and I think it would be more frightening if this did happen, because this could be another scene where we can see gore and all sorts, because it's quite interesting. It has the tentacles, of course, can control the mind, and we also have like the Spider-Man like little tendrils you don't see, but at the bottom of it shoots out like Spider-Man webs. So I thought that was funny and cool at the same time.
It's like a very Spider-Man. Interesting species, and I want to see like backstory on all of them.
Well, we just got to wait till episode 6, and yes, this video is made before episode 6.
So
we will.
Are we definitely thinking that she's pregnant, or are we on the fence?
I have a feeling that she is pregnant, and with a mental disability as well. I think it's both that, but I think mostly she is pregnant, because it's horror, and I don't think they want to miss an opportunity to actually show this, because I think what would be an interesting scene is where if we actually think she's all right, perfectly fine. Next thing we know, if we got her on board or taken her somewhere, next thing she knows, she gives birth, or something horrifying happens, and she gives birth to all of these tons of these T.O. Sellers running around the place. So I'm thinking it could be a really cool idea to see.
It will, and I can't wait for it.
I think it's going to be, like you say, I think it's going to be, she's going to keep saying that she's pregnant, and then it'll turn out, they find out she's not, and then it'll do another 180, stuff will burst out.
Then it does happen, a little bit like the boy who cried wolf. So she says something, and then it actually happens to her later on. What do you think? Is that a wrap?
I would say so for now, yes. So please let us know what you think of the lost boy Nibbs. Do you think it's her mental health that's declining? Do you think she is pregnant, or is it just misdirection? Please let us know in the comments what you think and dislike about these theories, and what you like about the show as well. Please like and subscribe, and have a good day.
I'm a little bit of everything. Bye for now.
Keep on gaming, gamers.